Namaste to all. How are you? Fine, isn't it? Good. So I think all your portions till what the nutrients do is over. Now we will go for the test. Test of starch, test for proteins, test for fats. We will do the same in this class. You all know that in your school laboratory will be there. You will be very interested in seeing the laboratory, isn't it? Today in our class we are doing a small lab activity. You can see the slide. Please take a test tube, add some starch content food items, add dilute iodine solution using a dropper. Wait for some time. You can see the blue-black color, and this blue-black color indicates the presence of starch in the particular food items. If the color is not blue-black, it shows the negative sign. Okay, so this blue-black color shows the presence of starch, that is the presence of carbohydrates in that particular food items. Next, the test for the proteins. For this, we have to take one test tube, add 10 drops of caustic soda solution and 2 drops of copper sulfate solution. You know about caustic soda, sodium hydroxide, and you have to add just 10 drops of caustic soda solution and 2 drops of copper sulfate solution. Wait for some time and you can see a purple color or a violet color in that test tube. This violet color or that purple color indicate the presence of proteins in that food items. In this experiment, you have to take the smashed protein food item. Food item is a solid. You have to take the crushed part and just put it in the test tube and add this caustic soda and copper sulfate solution, and as a result you can see the violet color or purple color. This shows the presence of proteins. How will you test the presence of fat? It is very easy. Just take the food item which contains fat, wrap it in a paper. You can see an oily patch in that paper, just like a translucent. So this shows the presence of fat in that particular food item. It is very easy. We all know that. We are doing that one. But beware students, don't use the carbon printed papers. Why? Because it is not good for health. So if you are using any paper to remove the fat or oily from a food material, use tissue paper or a translucent paper. Like, don't use the carbon printed paper. It is not good for health. Is it clear for you students? So students, this is about balanced diet. We deal about the nutrients, isn't it? Nutrients is very important to our body that we did, that we studied. So what happens when we didn't take these nutrients in a correct manner? We can go through it. Before that, we go through balanced diet. What do you mean by balanced diet? A diet which consists of proper quantity of food for the growth. We call it as balanced diet. What it is? Balanced diet means a diet in which all the nutrients may come, at least 3 or 4 nutrients may come in correct quantity according to the age, according to the physical activity a person is doing. So we can say that this balanced diet depends upon the physical activity as well as the age of a particular person. For example, the balanced diet need for me is different from you. So in our food items, we should be aware that all the nutrients will be there in correct quantity. If you take fat in an advanced manner or in a great amount, it will cause one disease or one condition called obesity. If you are not taking the food in correct quantity for a long period of time, it will cause some disorders or diseases that we will study later. Now, the points, that is, you should avoid overcooking of food. You should avoid large amount of water in cooking. Why? Because if you throw out this water, it will destroy all the nutrients which is present in that vegetable. So always while cooking, use small quantity of water, and you have to use that water also. Otherwise, all the nutrients will be lost. Same time, in the case of fruits also, don't cook it. It will damage the vitamin C contents. And always wash the vegetables or fruits before cutting it or before peeling it. Is it clear for you, students? Next, we deal about the deficiency diseases. Diseases occur due to the lack of nutrients over a long period of time. We call it as deficiency diseases. Nowadays, it is very rare, but even though it's there, in earlier times, children are very much affected with this malnutrition. We can call it as malnutrition also. That is the lack of nutrients. If you are not taking proteins for a long period of time, your growth will be stunted. Same time, if you are not taking this different types of vitamins, you can or your body will affect by some disorders or diseases. So in this slide, we can study about the disorders or the diseases and its causes and its symptoms. And the disorders or disease caused due to the lack of vitamin A is poor vision. And the symptoms are night blindness, poor vision, etc. So, you all know in your childhood days you studied about the vitamin A content food, carrot, leafy vegetables. So, you have to use it to cure it. The next one is vitamin B1. The disease caused due to the lack of vitamin B1 is beriberi. And that result or the symptoms of that beriberi is weak muscles and very little energy to work. And next one is vitamin C. The lack of vitamin C causes scurvy. Bleeding gums is the main symptom of the scurvy. The next one, vitamin D. Lack of vitamin D causes rickets. The symptoms of the rickets are bones becomes very soft and it can bend very easily. Next comes the calcium. Deficiency of calcium causes bone and tooth decay. So obviously the symptoms are tooth decay, weak bones, etc. So we have to take calcium content food. This is very useful to you. You have to take calcium content food. Next one is the iron. The deficiency of iron causes anemia. Weakness is the main symptom of anemia. All the deficiency diseases are covered in this area. Now children, that's about the components of food. So children, that's all today's class. We will meet in our next class. Thank you and have a nice day.